Today is a pre-production day. We're going to shoot a couple camera tests, do makeup tests, and start to pre-light the set in preparation for the production which begins tomorrow. So come with me inside, and I'll show you around. A day to prep the cameras and run various tests is important on any multi-day shoot, and it was vital for this production. To aid in creating a 70s feel to the trailer, I chose to shoot with my set of Cooke S2 and S3 lenses, which lived on A cam. For B cam, we used a set of Red Pro Prime since I only had one lens mount adapter on me. So after testing out different filter combinations on B cam, I settled on using a 1/4 Coral along with an 1/8 Classic Soft. Although it's hard to tell from this video, the lenses matched nicely, and the minimal remaining differences could be addressed in the grading suite. After getting these cameras to match, we had our principal actress step in for a makeup test, where our director was able to test different styles of makeup, and I had a chance to see how the lighting would interact with our actress and with the makeup. Addressing these problems prior to production goes a long way in making an already full schedule go that much smoother. Here we're setting up the camera and pre-lighting for the green screen elements that will happen over the next several days. As we did not have a tilt plate for the shoot, I had to come up with a creative way to safely rig the camera in a vertical position. In this position, the camera is capturing the largest image possible for the head-to-toe shots of each of our actors, which will make the compositing job that much easier. To successfully light a green screen, the screen and the subject should be lit separately, and there should be some distance between the two to minimize spill. Because this was shot using the original Mysterium sensor on the Red, I was shooting it at an ISO of 320 on the camera, but rating it to an ISO of 200 on my meter. For this screen, I used 4 4-bank keynotes to ensure an even exposure across the entire screen, which only varied by 1/10 of a stop edge to edge. The lighting for the talent varied depending on the setup, but the basic idea was to use a large soft key along with a hard edge. In this setup, I was using a 1.2K HMI 3/4 grid as the key and a 400-watt joker as the edge. Flags were rigged to keep these lights off of the screen. While we were doing the camera tests, the art department was hard at work building the sets and getting them into place. The outer walls are set and reused for every scene, while the inner walls are mobile and repositioned to change the look and feel of the space. As you can see, there's a lot of daylight spilling into the studio. This project was shot back in January, prior to a lot of the finishing work Indent has done to their facility. At that time, there were a lot of windows around the top of the studio space, which meant that my team had the task of covering the windows with visqueen to seal out any daylight spill from entering. The initial approach I took in pre-lighting the space was to bounce the 1.2K HMIs into the soft silver side of the bounce boards to give a large, soft, yet directional source in the scene. 650-watt Fresnels were used as accent lights for each of the grills on set. Additionally, I used diffusion and a colored gel, depending on what location the set was being used for. With the camera prep and pre-lighting done, it was time to call it a night, before returning early the next day. Stay tuned for more Lighting Alchemy episodes from Blackstar Warrior. Until next time, get out there and shoot.